Namaste, beloveds. It's AnnRaNae, your golden goddess aromatherapy oracle. And I'm here with this week's edition of How to Navigate Your Week with the Wisdom of Avalon cards. I'm a high priestess of goddess Isis and a master aromatherapist for transformational anointing oils. They're very alchemical, very high frequency, and very complex formulas. So since I'm not with you in person, I can project these blends to you energetically, like Reiki, so you get a shift with each of the cards. So the way to receive actually these upgrades, these activations through the oils is to stop multitasking for the duration of this short video and just be present to receive it. As I project the oils to you, I'll tell you what the name of the blend is, and I'll tell you to close your eyes, and I will project the oil. It will come through me like a full-bodied movement. I'll ask you to take the breath, take it into the physical, the mental, the emotional, and memory bodies. That's all you have to do to receive the frequency upgrade. So let's get started. This is an amazing week. This reading goes from March 20th to the 26th. Today, March 20th, is the equinox. So that's a huge portal opening. And then on the March 25th, we have the lunar eclipse full moon in Libra, which is just a whole nother huge opening, which prepares us for Easter on March 31st, and then a mega solar eclipse on April 8th. So the energy is really amping up. We're already in it. When we go into the Libra full moon, we are actually entering into Aries. And that is at 0 degrees of Aries. And this is very big because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So we're transitioning now from Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac, really the cleaning up of everything of the last astrological year, and entering into Aries, which is the first sign of the astrological year. So it's sort of like the astrological end of the year and the beginning of a new cycle. So all of that is really influencing our lives right now, especially that part about cleaning up whatever is not, we haven't cleaned up yet. And everything we need to still give up to spirit so that we can move on with greater higher vibrational frequency, right? All right, so let's get started on this reading. Now, this first card fell out the first time I asked, and I have to tell the truth, I didn't really want it as the first card, so I put it back in, but it actually came out again after I shuffled and started over. So this is the theme card of the week, whether we like it or not. It is the Goblin, and it is the wounded human ego. That's what it says on the card. It's really the inner child and everything that we haven't yet healed coming up. You know, some people call it the shadow material, but basically it's just, we don't need to label it. We don't want to make it bright. We don't want to make it anything except like, oh, isn't this interesting? This wound of my past is up for transmutation. So just like the little child who's standing with its mother and her mother is talking to somebody else and the little child's standing there and they're talking for a very long time. So the child gets impatient. So the child says, Mommy. She keeps talking. Mommy. She keeps talking. Mommy. And finally has to jerk on her skirt and says, Mommy. And Mommy looks down and says, what is it? What do you want? And the child says, I just want to tell you that I love you. Or, I just want to tell you about my boo-boo. And as soon as the mother acknowledges the wound of the child, kisses it, and then the child's over it, right? It's like moving on. So this is all that's happening now with this, whatever's coming up in your world that seems like a wound that you're carrying from the past. We're not only just carrying them from the past of ourselves and our previous lifetimes, but we're also carrying them for and on behalf of our ancestors. So there's a lot of cleanup going on the planet right now. And this is showing up as the wounded inner child. So I'm going to give you a blend. It's called Finding Me, Healing the Inner Child. So close your eyes to receive it. Just go inside. I'm sending it now, just breathing it into the physical, the mental, the emotional, and memory bodies. Just allowing it to land. And just releasing it into your sphere. Just repeat after me. I am willing to let go of all limiting beliefs and all of the cellular memories of traumas that I'm carrying from this lifetime and other lifetimes, and the wounds that I'm carrying from my family lineage all the way back to the beginning, and the wounds that I'm carrying on behalf of my culture. I'm willing to let it go. I'm willing to run it through my body. I'm going to transmute it in the violet flame. I don't need it anymore. And then just let it go. So what might be up for you? What are you carrying now in this very now moment as a wound from your past, or something you're carrying from your ancestors, or maybe something that's happening in your family right at the moment that's bringing up this energy of trauma? So just let it go. Put it into the flame. See yourself acknowledging that it's there and offering it up on the altar of love. Okay. So that's the theme card. The action card is the frog, which is totally perfect following the goblin, because this is about releasing emotional baggage, clearing the clutter. And, you know, it's a highly transformational card because the frog goes through so many stages, from being an egg through the polywog to growing fins to growing legs to letting go of body parts to emerge to the frog in the end, right? So when it gets to be the frog, it's a multidimensional being. It can actually live in the water and can breathe in the air as well. So this is what's happening for us, is that we are going through all these processes to let go of what's not necessary in our life anymore, those appendages that don't need to be there anymore, whatever we're hanging on to, right? And so that we can become the fullness of our own multidimensional being. So in the middle of that, we have to be willing to surrender what is unreal so that we can really manifest that which is truly authentically our true divine blueprint and our authentic self. So the blend is giving it up to spirit. And what this means is that we are willing to give up everything that we're holding on to as resentment, regret, guilt, shame, blah, 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 whatever it is, that we don't need it anymore. And we're going to put it on the altar of love. We're giving it up to spirit to take care of. It doesn't mean that what happened was okay necessarily, but it just means that we're going to give it up because we don't need it anymore. We want to be free. So close your eyes. The blend is giving it up to spirit. I'm sending it now. Take the breath. Just put your hands on your heart. Let your heart open as you're receiving this. And then just breathing it out when you're ready. Everything you breathe into your sphere, you can breathe back in again when you say the name of the blend. Okay, so third card is about, it's the dog. It's about being loyal. It's about loving. And this card is about loving yourself first, being loyal to yourself first. So it's helping us to move into our authenticity, to jump out of the boxes that we placed ourselves in or our parents placed us in, of having to be good, having to be nice, having to be this, having to be that, everything that we had to do or had to behave that was not authentically who we are. Okay, so this is about being true to yourself and loving yourself. Because, you know, in the Bible, it says, love thy neighbor as thyself. But we can, if you don't love yourself and if you're still talking negative self-talk, you can't love anybody else any more than what you're loving yourself. So this is so important now that we really embody self-care. We embody a love of ourselves, because we can't fulfill our divine plan unless we really get to that point of loving who we are, loving the gifts that we bring to the table, loving our divine plan, and being willing to shine our light. So the blend for this is looking within, loving me free. Looking within, loving me free. Close your eyes. Just get ready to receive it now. Looking within, loving me free. Receive it now. And breathe it in. And if you were to fully love yourself as you're holding your breath, what could you do right now today to love yourself a bit more? What are you being asked to do? How can you take care of yourself better, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? What is being asked now for you to love yourself more? Next card that comes in is the protection card. And, you know, when this card comes in, it's either we're protecting ourselves too much, that we're not allowing in the good things that are there for us, or the people that are there for us who want to support us, and our heart is too closed, or we're not protecting ourselves enough. So just let that register for you. Are you protecting yourself too much and not letting the support system in and others who are actually there to love you and to support you? Or are you not protecting yourself enough? So in either case, the blend is Archangel Michael's shield of protection. So you can see this energy as cobalt blue color around you, a big sphere. We're putting a cobalt blue sphere around you. On the inside of it is pink lining, the Divine Mother's pink lining of unconditional love. On the outside is a silver lining on the outside of the sphere that deflects from you anything coming in that's not of the highest light, keeps you protected. And on the inside, the blue and the pink join together to create the violet flame, just burning all around you, anything, burning off the dross, whatever you don't need. Okay, so here it is. Close your eyes. Archangel Michael's shield of protection. Receive it now. And breathe it in as that cobalt blue color. Just feeling it like a bubble around you. The pink on the inside, the silver on the outside, and the violet flame in the middle. Receive it. And the last card is the Lady of the Lake. And she is total respect. She's total authenticity. It's a power card for the divine feminine within each of us, male and female. She's standing on the rocks of the waters of emotion, but she's not wobbly. She's firmly grounded to the rocks. She's totally connected to her power. She has that sort of Excalibur that cuts us under the real from the unreal. On the card, it says absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. And first of all, the responsibility is to ourself, loving ourself, being truly who we are, standing in our own power, and jumping out of the boxes that we've been placed in. So the blend is Great Goddess Embodied, Fearless Alignment. Great Goddess Embodied, Fearless Alignment. So close your eyes to receive it now. Great Goddess Embodied, Fearless Alignment. Receive it. And bring it in. And hold it. See yourself standing tall as the divine feminine within yourself. Strengthening the backbone. Holding yourself upright. Anchoring presence on the earth. The waters of emotion moving all around you, but you are firmly anchored to the earth and to your own divinity as you hold this space. So beloved, that is the week's reading. You can know that some kind of triggers or some kind of inner child, unhealed, untransmuted energies will be coming up this week. That's the theme. The action card is to be willing to just take action to transmute it into light without judgment of yourself, and actually without judgment of the others, just knowing that it's just there so that you can transmute it and release the energy that's caught inside of it so that you can create something new with that energy. The dog comes in reminding you to love yourself first, to be loyal to yourself. It's sort of like putting on your own mask, oxygen mask, before you put it on somebody else, finding that love within so that your cup is full and you can have more love to give to others. And the protection card, do you need more protection? Do you need to let go a little? Do you need to let love in? And the last card, standing in your power as the Lady of the Lake, firmly granted to the earth, totally connected to your I am presence, taking that sort of Excalibur, cutting us under the real from the unreal, and courageously holding space for your life and the life of those around you. So, beloved, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful. Sending you blessings beyond belief. With the breath, hold it. And now we're going to close with the closing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So saying yes, it's a fifth dimensional frequency in the English language. It allows your angels, masters, beings of light to work with you because you just gave them a yes signal that you're ready to move forward. So beloveds, namaste. See you next week. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. The note in the chat. Send it to your friends if it resonates. Ciao Bella from Albania, where I am.